Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's History World with none other than Goober the Traveling Bear. And we're in Gloucester, Virginia once again, and we're going to visit the Ware Church. It's about a mile east is Ware Church, built about 1693. Nearby is a church hill, another relic of colonial days. Not far distance is Whitehall, a colonial mansion built by the Willis family. So we're going to go up and check out this church, and we're at the busy intersection here in Gloucester, as you can see. All right, so let's go take a drive up the road and visit this historic church.
Well, we're at the Ware Church with none other than Goober the Traveling Bear. Now we're going to walk around the church, a historic church, 1690. We're going to check out the grounds and the cemetery. Now don't forget, out of respect, Goober does not really hop around in the cemetery. I keep him in the travel bag, and we show our respect in the cemeteries that we do videos. But I would like to say that there is a lot of history in cemeteries, that you can learn a lot about a community by visiting the historic cemeteries of these churches. Something that's overlooked by a lot of historians or history buffs, and some, like VA Travels, Chris of VA Travels, he does a fantastic job, just like JD of the History Underground with their cemetery videos. All right, well, let's do a perimeter walk. Well, I've never been to this church. It's an Episcopalian church, and my neighbor across the street, Miss Chris, one of the greatest neighbors I've had in the many different homes I've lived in over the years being transferred. Miss Chris is a priest for an Episcopal church, I think in Mount Airy area. I'm not quite sure which church she's at currently, but she is a wonderful person. So really neat church. So we have beautiful brickwork. Now, I do know one couple that were married here, but they asked not to be included in the video, and I'll respect their wishes. If they ever watch this video, they will know. And it has that feeling of Williamsburg, doesn't it? Now let's go up here and see what this is before we venture into the cemetery. It probably is a well, but I'm just guessing. Wow, there's a lot of outbuildings here, and gardens and benches. It's amazing. What a beautiful cemetery and outbuildings. I believe that could be a spring house down there. Let's go take a look. I'll pause the camera here. Well, I have to say I'm underprepared for this video of this site. I had no idea that it would encompass so much. There's walking paths, benches. It's a really incredible cemetery and church grounds. And we've only stumbled on some of it here. So we'll continue down here. Let's explore that area down there, and I'll pause the camera here. All right, well, this looks like a meditation area, an area to pray. We have the sunlight coming in. It's about 8:30 in the morning. It's a memorial. Wow. Very nice. It's a memorial. Now, I'll have to ask Chris about this. I've never seen one of these set up in a church like this that I can think of. Very, very, very nice. And then there are tombstones out through the gardens of the, or I guess the woodland paths. Along with boxwood. I mean, how beautiful is this? So, Chris of VA Travels, you need to come and visit the Ware Church here. All right, we're gonna go back up. I've totally lost my train of thought by how peaceful, tranquility, a very, very nice place to come and pray or meditate. We're gonna go up and visit the church some more. So follow me, everyone. Well, I had to catch my breath because I had to walk up the slope, and I do need to exercise a bit more and cut back on my snacks. So just like many people say they need to get on a diet. Well, let's hit this side of the church. Now, for my friend Jack in Arizona, I got a fella in England who watches both my channels. So I'm letting this run a little longer. Both have said they don't mind the video going longer. So I'm gathering this is our main entrance. And a very old cemetery indeed. Let's see what's over here. Mary Louise Ashby, 1826 to 1888. All right. And more benches. And I'm going to try to back up here. I'm going to pause the camera. All right. Well, here we have the other side of the church. Goober thinks it's really impressive. And here's our walkway section we are at. So this is about the third or fourth Episcopalian church I have made a video of here in Virginia. And I'm going to need to meet with my neighbor Chris, Reverend Chris, and have her tell me a bit about the history of the church from her point of view rather than me read something over from Wikipedia. So, beautiful walls. We're going to go and check out the cemetery a bit. We're going to put Goober away in the carrying bag. All right, Goober's in the carrying bag, and if you're wondering, it's the Scoots barbecue carrying bag. I have a couple of them, and everyone at Olivia's and Scoot's Barbecue in Gloucester, Virginia are just wonderful people. And one of the reasons my wife and I decided to move to the area. So, when I say there's history in cemeteries, here's one right here. 1861 to 1865. Surgeon. Let's see, sorry about that. Dr. H.W. Marquet, Surgeon, United States Navy, Confederate States Navy, 1835 to 1915. So, the fellow was in the Confederate States Navy. The cemetery is quite large. I'm going to walk around a bit, find some more history in the cemetery, and I'll come back to you. All right, we're on the back side of the church, and there's a lot of boxwood here and a lot of tombstones. So, (1796 to 1878), William P. Smith. There is a lot of old cemetery tombstones here and a lot of history. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. There's several historians here in town that could take me on a tour of the cemetery and highlight special historical people that passed and are laid to rest here in this cemetery. I mean, there could even be a signer of the Declaration of the Independence here. You never know. Now, I'm seeing a lot of markers. That one there is the War of 1812 veteran. I believe we have a Revolutionary War veteran here. How cool is that? There we go. And with the sunlight, I can't read very well these tombstones. Now, some people will bring the wax paper and chalk and pull up the names easier. Here we have another War of 1812 veteran, another Revolutionary War veteran. All right, very, very nice. And I need to really mention this once again. There are benches all throughout this cemetery and church grounds for people to sit and relax, pray and contemplate and meditate. And I've driven by this church, I don't know, several hundred times at this point, and I've never stopped in. So, like I keep saying, you need to check out the history in your own backyard. We'll pause the camera here. Well, we're back in the church grounds where there are some tombstones and a wrought iron fence around them. And I wanted to see who they are. Now, I recently read that when you're laid to rest with a tombstone in a cemetery, normally by the third generation, there is no one visiting. I don't know if that's true or not, but let's take a look at these. Waller Crockett Tab, June 6, 1935. 2011. Atlanta Jean Shot Tab 1945 to 2022. 1822, 1884. Wow. We're gonna just swing over here. I'll pause the camera. There are so many tombstones and so much history here. I'm gonna probably contact Robert Kelly, director of the Gloucester Museum of History, and find out if there's someone that does tours of the cemetery, or a historian that knows detailed information about some of these people that have been laid to rest here and their history. Well, we're going to conclude this video of the Ware Church with Goober the Traveling Bear saying, if you drive by this church, it's well worth investigating. The cemetery has a lot of American Revolutionary War, War of 1812, Civil War history, all the conflicts and veterans that are buried here. The church is stunning, and I'm going to say, stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and please visit a historic site near you. Thank you, everyone.